What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. The NBA draft had just concluded, and here I am doing a Lamelo Ball Hornets rebuild after he went number 3 to the Charlotte Hornets, obviously. So yeah, a lot happened in the draft, man. I'm curious to hear what you guys want to tell me about the draft. What was your biggest takeaways? There were some trades. Some players fell in the draft. Some players were surprises going high as they did. There's a lot that happened, but I don't want to talk head off about the draft. Like I said, let's have a conversation about it in the comment section below. If there's anything you want to tell me about what your favorite team did or what something you just want to say about the draft in general, I'd love to respond to your comments and we can get a conversation going down there. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and just do a Lamelo Ball Hornets rebuild because, I mean, there wasn't any trades significant enough that I think that were good enough for their own rebuild. So here we are just doing this Lamelo one today. It is really unclear whether 2K is going to be putting the rookies on the actual roster. They put them in my team, but for us, my NBA, my league guys, it doesn't really help us any because we're not my team guys. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but for now, this is the roster I have, man. It's not perfect by any means, but Lamelo is here on the Hornets. We have like Anthony Edwards. Not all the rookies are on here right now. Some of the trades are updated, like Landry Shamit's on the Nets, Luke Kennard is on the Clippers, so that's good at least. But this roster is not perfect by any means, and I think Tyrese Halliburton is here on the Kings. Yes, he is. So yeah, I mean, like, it's not perfect, but it does work for what we're trying to work with right now. But for now, when we look at the rotation, they got Terry Rozier, Malik Monk, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, Cody Zeller, Devontae Graham. They have Lamelo coming off the bench. I highly doubt that's how it's going to be. I think Lamelo is going to be a for sure start. So we need to kind of open that point guard spot for him right now. So let's go ahead and let's trade Terry Rozier, get him out of here. I assume the Hornets would want to trade Terry Rozier with Lamelo coming in. I don't know what they're going to do with Devontae Graham now. That'll be interesting to see what they do with him. But let's get started and trade Terry Rozier away so we can open up those minutes for Lamelo Ball. I'm going to be sending him to the Detroit Pistons for literally just a second round pick, man. I literally just want to open up the minutes for Lamelo. That's basically what I'm trying to get out of this. And there he is. He's starting now. So 31 minutes per game. This is the starting five we have for now. So it's like Lamelo, Malik Monk, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, Cody Zeller, Devontae Graham, Bismack, Willie, and Nicholas Batum is still on the roster, isn't he? Yep, he is. Okay, so I was like, wait, did Batum get traded? But I think that's just something I did in a video the other day with Russell Westbrook. But yeah, obviously Russell Westbrook's not gonna be in the Hornets in this video, and I hope the Hornets aren't gonna be trading for Russell Westbrook now that they have Lamelo Ball. But let's go ahead, simulate this first season, and let's just see how Lamelo Ball Hornets do. At the end of the season, we only go 30-52, but that's okay, man. We're not really trying to win a championship right now anyway. We're obviously a rebuilding team, and we need more talent and more assets. And the Milwaukee Bucks go on to win the championship, so it looks like trading for Drew Holiday was definitely worth it for them. But for the player stats on our roster, we had Lamelo Ball with 20 points. Devontae Graham averaged a cool 18. So 20 and 7, very nice from Lamelo. Shot 43% from the field and shot 39% from 3. So yeah, Lamelo had himself a pretty decent rookie year. Obviously, we want to get more talent on this roster, which is what we will be doing in this draft. So let's go to the league meetings and let's go draft lottery. Draft lottery is really important here. So in the draft lottery, we are projected a top 4 pick. So hopefully we can get lucky and get in the top 3 again, like we just, obviously like the Hornets just had with Lamelo getting number 3, and we win the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. That's actually huge, man. So that's gonna help us surround even more talent on this roster with Lamelo, which is so huge, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get a good trainer because we're definitely gonna need it. I mean, I don't have a problem with James Marengo, but his ratings are just trash here on 2K. So yeah, I think he's got to go, man. I don't really know what I want, but I'm just gonna get somebody else that actually has good ratings. I don't want to spend all my salary on a head coach though, so let me not sign Michael Stoffer, unless if that's literally my only. There's Underwood as well. It doesn't want as much money. I guess I'll get him. Trent Peterson, and we get all 3 of those guys. W. All right, and we'll go ahead and sign this guy as well. And boom. So we got our coaching staff. Jacob Underwood is here. Let's go to the NBA draft. So let's see what the scouting has us taken. So scouting, mock drafts. We are projected to get Cade Cunningham. So we could have a Lamelo, Cade Cunningham backcourt. That'd actually be really fun, honestly. I might actually do that. You know what? I think we're going to do that. We are going to be taking Cade Cunningham here with the first pick in the NBA draft, and we'll have a Cade Cunningham Lamelo backcourt. Okay, that's going to be fun. Let's go ahead and do it here. So Cade Cunningham, welcome to the team. They both play point guard, but I feel like both of them are tall enough to play the backcourt together and we'll be just fine. I don't know if we have another pick here. We do. Oh, we had a second round pick, but I'm probably not going to worry about it too much. So a Cade Cunningham Lamelo Ball backcourt. I actually love it a lot. 6'7" guard. Very nice. And then we're going to sign him. In player options, we're going to have PJ Washington and Miles Bridges coming back. Qualifying offers Malik Monk, Devontae Graham. So honestly, Devontae Graham was really nice for us. He averaged 18 points. So worst case scenario, we do a sign and trade with him or we bring him back. So kind of just depends where we want to go with them. But for free agency, somebody I definitely want to keep around on this roster, which actually, how much did he average for us this last season? If I can go on the right player stats, we had 11 from PJ Washington. So I was curious how much PJ Washington averaged, because I wanted him to be a big part of this roster as well. But when I look at the roster now, is there anybody I just kind of need to get rid of right now that I just don't want to have for the foreseeable future? So we got Cade Cunningham with the #1 pick, Miles Bridges. Not really. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that I'm really looking to get rid of. I think everybody on the roster is honestly cool for now. So let's just go into free agency. We're not going to go out here and sign that free agent. I kind of want to keep building through the draft, and we have some free agents that we can sign. But let me look at the roster and see what we actually need. So obviously we can move Lamelo or Cade Cunningham to point guard or shooting guard. Perimeter defense wise, I guess Lamelo is a little bit better, so I'll move him to the 2 guard, and he's taller anyway, according to this 2K file. So I'm gonna go with that. So we'll have Lamelo and Cade Cunningham in the backcourt. It definitely looks just like them, doesn't it? I mean, I really hope 2K has plans of putting all the rookies in the game by tomorrow. That'd be so huge, but I just doubt it's gonna happen. So honestly, we do need a center though. We literally don't have one right now. So is there a center? Like, we could go Jarrett Allen, but I don't really want to pay him $21 million, so I don't know if I love that. We could do a sign and trade with Devontae Graham as well, which I might actually end up doing that to get a big man, because we literally don't have one right now. And then I also want to sign a small forward. We obviously could go all out and sign like LeBron or something, but I don't really want to do that. OG Anunoby is out here. Kelly Oubre for $19 million. Patrick Williams is already in free agency. Like I said, this roster is not perfect. Danny Green. There's definitely some options. Danny Diaz out here. Man, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. But first, I'm going to sign. I think I'm going to do a sign and trade with Devontae Graham for sure. I'm going to renounce the rights on, all those guys. I don't want any of those guys back. So let's renounce the rights on all of them. And once we get Devontae Graham back, we're going to definitely probably do a sign and trade with him. As good as he was for us, I kind of just want to trade him somewhere else. I don't know if the Sacramento Kings would do this, but I mean, I feel like we could take it. We could take a little bit of a flyer on Marvin Bagley, who hasn't had great success with the Kings, mostly because he's been hurt a lot. But I'm just going to see if they would take a trade like this. So I don't love trading 2 first-round picks here, though. Okay, they're not going to do this, doesn't look like. Can I throw somebody else in to make? Yeah. So I don't think we'll be able to get Marvin Bagley. When I threw Devontae Graham in the trade finder, nothing that great popped up. So, I mean, I really want a center. We can't get Dante DiVincenzo, though. Honestly, I'm going to do that trade. We're going to get a backup shooting guard in Dante DiVincenzo. We still desperately need a center, but that is definitely huge depth to have. We don't want Corey Joseph contract either. I'm not even sure where he came from, but let's just get him out here, out of here anyway. And Bruno Fernando as a backup center would probably be a W. So I'm going to go ahead and do that trade. We do trade a second, but we need a backup center. So I will do that trade. And honestly, I guess my best option is to literally just sign a center here. Jarrett Allen is definitely young and definitely could grow with the team. I just don't know if I love giving him 23 million or 21 million. I mean, 17 million for 3 years is not too bad. That's a center that could definitely grow. And never mind, the Nets are going to just match my offer and say, you can't have him. Montrezl Harrell, not somebody I really want to be my full-time center. There's also Rashawn Holmes. I guess we're going to get a bridge center for now. That'll just be good for the time being. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we definitely need like a backup forward, a backup point guard. So let me look for a backup point guard real quick. And then let's get a backup forward. Cole Anthony is already out here. I'm going to sign Elfrid Payton to a 1-year deal, I guess, just for a backup point guard for the year. And then a backup forward. And we are ready to go. Onyeka Okongwu's out here, man. Devin Vassell. That's what really sucks, man. This roster creator didn't like give any of the rookies their actual contracts. They just kind of put them on there for 1-year deals. Really irritating, but it's the best I can do right now. So let's go ahead and simulate season number 2. And let's see how this new roster does. I'm really excited to see how Cade Cunningham and Lamelo can do together in the backcourt. So our rotation for season number 2 is going to look a little something like this. We're going to have Cade Cunningham, Lamelo, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington. They actually want to start Bruno Fernando, but I really don't want to do that. I'm going to just start Rashawn Holmes. And honestly, man, I definitely don't be surprised if I stop at the trade deadline and make some sort of trade, because I'm definitely not sold on this roster just yet. I definitely still want to upgrade that center spot and probably that small forward spot. I want to see what PJ Washington can do next to Cade and Lamelo, but hopefully we have ourselves a decent season, and I will probably stop at the trade deadline to make some sort of trade. So at the end of season number 2, we ended up going 38-44, which is good enough to be the 9th seed in the East. So we're closer to where we want to be, and Cade Cunningham does also win Rookie of the Year, which is really nice. And I really just want to get straight to the offseason. So let's see who wins the championship real quick. And we got a little bit more work to do, but we're getting closer. Once we get into the playoffs, it's a major W because Charlotte hasn't tasted the playoffs in a while. I mean, when they did, they had Kemba Walker and they got bounced in the first round. So 19, 18, 15, 15, 12, 11. So yeah, I mean, good stats all around, but we still want to make this roster a lot better, man. We need a center, a really good center. I mean, PJ Washington was really nice as a third option for us this season, shot 45%. Definitely love it, man. I love that. So PJ Washington's going to be here to stay. Miles Bridges did all right as well. 39% from 3 is, you know, more than I can ask for. So definitely excited about that. But let's get into the offseason once again. So with the draft lottery, let's see if we get lucky and land like another top pick. So we're projected number 13, but to be honest, I don't really want to select here, man. I kind of want to use this pick to go ahead and get somebody that's going to help us now. So let's go straight to the draft and let's get this going, man. Wasn't really able to find anything via trade, so here I am in free agency really trying to land somebody really good here. So I could obviously sign either Jusuf Nurkic or Marvin Bagley. I'd rather have Marvin Bagley just because he's younger and fits the timeline more, but if Marvin Bagley gets matched here, I definitely will just go ahead and go with Jusuf Nurkic. And then DeAndre Ayton is already accepting another offer, and yeah, okay, so he got matched instantly. So Ayton is still out here. I just don't think I'll be able to get him. Hopefully, yeah, Jusuf Nurkic is still here. So Jusuf Nurkic would definitely be upgraded to center as well. I definitely would love to have DeAndre Ayton more. So hopefully, and they match. So unfortunately, we are going to go with Jusuf Nurkic here finally. I have declined him twice, so hopefully he still okay, so he still decides to come here. Definitely needed him bad, so we definitely needed a center, and we got one. So we also took Peyton Watson in the draft. PJ Washington still at the 4, and Joe McDaniel's backing him up, and Rashawn Holmes is backing up Jusuf Nurkic. That was definitely an upgrade we desperately needed. A small forward is definitely needed right now as well. So as far as small forwards, the best small forwards we can afford right now, there's Isaac Okoro out here, 84 overall. He shouldn't be out here, but you know what, man? If I can get him, I'm going to go ahead and sign him. And we got Miles Bridges, who we could be bringing back, but if we can get an 84 Isaac Okoro, that would definitely be a huge W. And we are going to get an 84 overall Isaac Okoro, so that is huge. And I think other than that, I'm just going to get some depth here, and we're going to be ready for season number 3. Be the rotation for season number 3. Cade Cunningham, Lamelo still in the backcourt. Isaac Okoro, PJ Washington, Jusuf Nurkic, Daniel Tyus, Rashawn Holmes, Elfrid Payton, and Peyton Watson, I should say. Let's simulate this final season, and let's see if we can finally be a playoff team in the East, maybe even a contender in the East. Final season, we are the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference as MVP goes to Luka Doncic. Chet Holmgren's the Rookie of the Year on the Bucks. Kyrie Irving's your 6th man on the Rockets. Okay, so they must have completed the James Harden for Kyrie Irving trade, apparently. Okay, that makes sense. Very interesting that he's on the Rockets. Jonathan Isaac, kind of ironic also. Jonathan Isaac, defensive player. Most Pro goes to Obi Toppin, who just got drafted to the next. Rick Carlisle, Coach of the Year, and Jordan Hobson is your Executive of the Year. All right, so we are the 2nd seed in the East as we went 55-27, which is a major W. 24 from Cade Cunningham, 19 from Lamelo, 16 from Nurkic, 14 from Okoro, and 13 from PJ Washington. 8, 8, 6, 6, and that's about it. All right, man. Playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, who drafted. Who did they draft again? I'm tripping already, man. Who did the Cavaliers draft again? Isaac Okoro, who I just took from them, right? Yeah, that makes sense, actually. All right, let's go. So my current round, and can we beat them? And it's, 7-game series. I was pretty close. Chicago Bulls, who have James Harden and Kawhi. Okay, so Harden and Kawhi wanted to make a late super team in Chicago with Jalen Johnson here, 31 years old and 33. So yeah, this definitely ain't gonna be easy, I feel like. So let's go game 1 here. We actually take game 1. Very interesting. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to them. Game 4 goes to them. And okay, we're not ready to roll over just yet. We're not ready to roll over just yet. Looks like we can maybe force a game 7 here and bring this back to Charlotte. Come on, man. We need everything we got. We need LeVar Ball. We need Lamelo. We need... Okay, so we are able to beat them by 20 points, and we are forced into game 7 here in Charlotte. We're going to need LeVars of the world. We're going to need the LiAngelos. We're going to need everything here, man, to dig deep and beat Harden and Kawhi in the 2nd round. And we beat them by 12 points to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, playing the Miami Heat, who have Killian Hayes, Tyler Herro, Jimmy Butler, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, bro. This is a team that you definitely don't want to run to, man. Imagine Jimmy Butler, AD, Bam all on the same team. That is actually scary to think about. Game 1 goes to us. Okay. Game 2. Game 3. No shot we sweep these guys. Okay, 3-1. Win the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. We just beat the super team of Jimmy Butler, AD, and Bam, bro. I feel like those guys would be unstoppable together. Now we're playing the Pelicans, another young team that's going to be very interesting to watch in the up and coming years. We got Chris Paul, who has returned to New Orleans. They have Nickel, Brandon Ingram, Zion, Jackson Hayes, Jalen Green, Bryant, Cody Zeller, and Cam Fletcher. Game 1 goes to the Pelicans. Game 2 goes to the Pelicans. Game 3 goes to us. We even the series. 3-2. Can we win 4 straight? Reverse sweep. Game 7, man. You already know 2K had to include the drama on my first draft prospect rebuild here, man. Let's go, man. In Charlotte, we got to take this one home. And it looks like we might get blown out here, 120-97. And it looks like we are going to get blown out. And the Pelicans are going to win the championship. Hey, congrats, Chris Paul. He gets his ring. And yeah, CP3 at the age of 38 decided to win Finals MVP and stop us from winning the championship. But regardless, man, let me know, like I said at the beginning, let me know what you guys thought of the NBA draft. Also, a quick note, prayers up to Klay Thompson. That really sucks, man. I was really excited to watch him this season. As much as I used to hate the Warriors for the super team they had, Klay Thompson was always very entertaining to watch. The man can get buckets on any given night. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.